G'day everyone, welcome to Eagle Review for round 19. What a week to be coming back from. An absolute thumping of the Brisbane Lions, 98 points, a procession from the 13th place Brisbane team. A 7-goal first quarter really set it up, and an 11-goal final term really just hammered the nail into the coffin. Matthew Jepp joining me and replacing Tom Roach.
Yeah, no, good. It was a good percentage booster. Look, it raised our percentage by 6%, and that now puts our percentage above Collingwood and Adelaide, and that could be handy going into finals.
Especially being 4 points off both teams. The round 22 match against the Pies will be an absolute cracker now, you'd assume. Spoke to Shannon Hearn during the week. Obviously, coming off those 2 losses, just great to be back in winning form.
We were more comfortable, more confident. We got after the ball. We got in and tried to win the hard ball, put pressure on, put the tackles, and just used the ball better as well.
But it wasn't all party poppers and streamers on the weekend. Skipper Darren Glass unfortunately going to miss. He's been rubbed out for 1 week. It was 3 with a rough conduct charge, level 3 offence, just a fancy way of saying smack Jonathan Brown in the head. But the good record and early plea got him down to 1.
That's right. With him missing, obviously, Bo Waters is going to captain the side in the Derby this week. And how's this for a stat? Both WA teams are captained by South Australians. Matthew Pavlich for Fremantle, Bo Waters for us. And then on the flip side, in Adelaide v Port Adelaide, you've got Van Berlo captaining Adelaide and Cassisi captaining Port Adelaide. They're both West Australians.
How have you figured that out?
Twitter, mate.
Twitter, you cheat. You're cheating for all your stats. Look, it was obviously pretty unfortunate what happened to Jonathan Brown, but the dude has a solid head. Eric McKenzie found that out on the weekend with a bit of a chat with him.
Well, he told me after he's been sick of getting his head knocked in the last 12 months.
Look, obviously a bit of an injury scare on the weekend with Daniel Kerr being given the red vest and subbed off pretty early in the game. He had some hamstring issues. He didn't even get on the track till Wednesday to try it out, but luckily got up on the training session and he is set to play this weekend.
Look, he's had scans and there's been a bit of bleeding on his hamstring, but fortunately it's not the same hamstring that he ripped off the bone a couple of years ago. So that's a good thing, isn't it? Very good.
Absolutely, and I'm sure every West Coast fan held their breath when big Dean Cox went down in the centre square in the second quarter. Someone you definitely don't want out of your structures, but thankfully he obviously returned. Played a pretty good second half as well, finished with 18 disposals, 16 hit-outs and 2 goals.
Yeah, and I see Coxie, he didn't roll his ankle. His ankle got jammed in the ground under Daniel Merritt's leg. Daniel Merritt, what are you doing in the ruck? If you don't know what you're doing, get the hell out of there.
Couldn't agree more. Look, we spoke with West Coast ruck coach Simon Eastor just to find out how important a healthy ankle is for a tap ruckman.
It is crucial.
One bloke who had a cracking game on the weekend, burst out of the blocks like he'd missed 2 weeks of footy and wanted to make up for it. Luke Shuey put in one hell of a first quarter, reading all of Nick Nat's taps and providing plenty of drive into that forward 50.
Yeah, look, Shuey's had 22 disposals, he's had 6 tackles, and he had a goal of a round contender. He's amping himself up at the right time of the season, so let's hope he can continue it on.
It was an excellent goal, very good core strength to just shrug the bloke off as well. Look, I do want to throw this question up again. It's where Matty Pritter sits in club champion voting. Had another great game, 29 touches, 5 tackles and a goal. He's averaging the same amount as last year disposals, 10th in contested, 6th in clearances and 17th in tackles for the entire comp, Matty Jeff.
Yeah, look, Matty Pritis would love to win a West Coast Best and Fairest. He lost the last one last year on a countback, but he has missed 2 games this season through concussion, and he pretty much missed a 3rd game against Essendon because he suffered that concussion in that game, so that's going to weigh heavily into the voting.
That's true. Dean Cox playing every game, as to Scooter, Gaffey, all played every game this season, so they will feature pretty prominently in the voting. I think it's pretty obvious we were going to cover this. Haven't seen a bloke have a Mark of the Year and Goal of the Year nomination in the same game. Go Nick Nat.
Yeah, it was sensational. What about the fend-off to the former Swan District's teammate Todd Banfield? He did run 30 metres and then go and kick the goal.
It was like a year 4 taking on an Olympian.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable scene.
Mismatch to the extreme. Magic moment time. I wanted to go with Chris Marston. Backing back into the pack when the game is done and dusted. Something and I'm sure Coach John Worsfold would love to see.
Definitely.
A little push there from Matty Rosa made sure he wasn't pancaked. And also Chris Marston on a 4-game streak of a goal a game. So let's support him and get him over the line.
Yeah, my magic moment is just Jack Darling. Jack Darling's game in general. He's kicked 5 goals. It's a personal best for him. He's had 18 disposals, which is the highest for him this entire season. And he put down a pretty nifty basketball move, cut into the low post to beat his opponent and just kick the easy goal.
He did go baseline and it looked very good. He's obviously had more responsibility this year with JK, Lecker, those people out, and this was his comments post-match.
It's a tough one because I want him back, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess responsibility, having Lynch and Healy out for a while and sort of being the main man up there, I sort of it's developed me, and I'm learning learning a lot each week.
Enough mucking around. Let's have a look at the teams for this Saturday's game at 2:40 ins. Mitch Brown, obviously a great inclusion with Darren Glass coming out a like for like, also playing his 50th game, so well done to them, Mitch. And Tom Swift coming in for a bit of run, replacing Matty Rosa, who is out through injury.
Yeah, Matty Rosa got collected late in the game against Brisbane, and he has a fracture of the jaw, so he's going to be missing probably for 2 to 3 weeks.
Shame Andrew Embley wasn't ready to come back in for a
very
like
much
for
so.
like of the wing, but he's not far away also. Look, I can't remember a derby having this much significance in my 5 years here at the club, with Freo trying to make the 8 and West Coast trying to come up and consolidate a top 4. You know, West Coast have a real tough run home. These are the matches they have to put away.
That's very true, and it was good to see during the week Ross Lyon, he's new to the whole Western Derby scene, acknowledging that these games are a very big contest for both teams.
Look, I understand. It's one of the great rivalries, in Australian football. There's showdowns and there's what I call it, Hugh Clash, Tropic Thunder. I don't know what it is up there, but clearly the Derby here, there's passionate supporters on both sides of the fence.
Obviously a great result in round 9 when we got over the Dockers by 48 points. Eric McKenzie, Will Schofield, Darren Glass all did a great job in shutting down Matthew Pavlich. He did have 23 disposals but no goals, so I'm going to be a broken record and say again, they are all my match winner. You stop this bloke, he loves derbies. He's averaging 4 goals a game in the last 8 and he's second on the Coleman. Stop this bloke and you have got the game.
Fantastic stats. My match winner, I'm going with the acting captain of the day, Beau Waters. I just think his rebound is instrumental off half-back in setting up our attack, and we just get constant goals through him. And now he is also pushing forward and kicking goals himself. Wonderful. I also think his toughness and his hardness, he doesn't mind running through people, will work well for this Western Derby.
Beautiful, Matty. Yeah, well filled in today. Also, congratulations to the Claremont boys getting up in the Foxtel Cup.
Yep.
Lewis Stevenson, Jeremy McGovern and Derek Weirden did very well, boys. All the best and enjoy your celebrations.
Cheers.